Hi everyone, I'm CBS19 Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony. 8:34 on this Wednesday night, and not a bad Wednesday night out there. Sky is clear, the temperature right now in the upper 80s, a light south-southeast wind. We are about 19 minutes past sunset. You know, by the end of the month, the sun will be setting before 8 p.m. Satellite and radar picture here as we head into the overnight hours. It's all clear. I expect a quiet night. We did have a couple of light rain showers try to make it into Angelina County, but they fell apart. So future skycast tomorrow morning, we start off clear. We've got temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Not a bad start, honestly, all things considered, and it being August and remembering some past Augusts when the temperature was around 80 degrees in the morning. So we're getting off to a decent start. By the afternoon, a couple of isolated showers pop up around the area. High temperatures in the mid 90s. And then as we head into Thursday night and Friday morning, we have temperatures settling back again into the lower 70s. And that's due in part to the, let's say, relatively drier nature of the air that we are seeing this August. And that's pretty nice to think about. When temperatures could fall back into the lower 70s, it allows our bodies to recover a little bit from endless days of heat when highs are making it into the upper 90s. Friday should be the hottest day this week with highs around 96 to 97 to 98. By the way, when it's 96 to 100 degrees, does it matter if it's 96 or 100? Or do you really start to sense that heat when it gets back up to about 105? Comment below if you'd like, if you're on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. I'd like to hear from you what you think really when it just hits a certain temperature and it just doesn't matter how hot it gets from there. Likewise in the winter. I mean, some folks will say if it's 15 degrees, any colder than that, it doesn't matter. It's just cold. But we have heat to talk about here as we head into the rest of this outlook. We have temperatures Friday morning in the mid 70s, Friday afternoon. We're talking about some easterly winds bringing in some clouds here by Saturday and just a small chance for rain. In fact, next 7 days, there is a little bit of a better chance of rain next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday. Could pick up a 1/4 inch of rainfall. If you look at that contour there, that darker green, you come over here to our legend, so that corresponds to about a 1/4 of an inch. I have a pretty good suspicion that this is going to move around here in the next, say, 3 or 4 days, where that 1/4 of an inch could be over deep East Texas and maybe up to the north. Now, when we look into the middle part of the month, there's a chance to have above average rainfall and above average temperatures through August 16th. There's a little bit of a hint of some tropical moisture tracking from Florida back along the Gulf Coast into East Texas. Remember a couple weeks ago that happened? In fact, it happened 2 weeks in a row where we had these little tropical spins or these little upper level lows bring some Gulf moisture into East Texas, and we had scattered rain showers from time to time. That might be the case the closer we get to next weekend. As for right now, our eye on the tropics, there is just virtually nothing happening here in the Gulf. It is really quiet. That's good if you're cruising out of Galveston or if you're cruising from Miami and you are headed back to Cozumel or something of that nature. Meantime, we do have a 30% chance for some development over the next 2 days off of this storm system way out there in the Atlantic, and a 60% chance in the next 7 days. But it's battling a lack of moisture. There's not much moisture out here in the Atlantic. All of the tropical moisture hugging Florida and the southeastern part of the United States. And even as we go into Sunday, there's just this limited amount of moisture here in East Texas, which would indicate maybe the smallest chance for a couple of showers. And I'll show you this on our expanded view of future skycast. You can see these Gulf Coast showers at about a 60 to 70% clip along the Florida Panhandle toward Gulf shores and over toward Mobile, Alabama, and a couple of sea breeze showers kicking up Saturday afternoon down toward Galveston, and that is it. There's a ton of energy out there. I mean, this would be the time of the year where we should start to see tropical systems and tropical development ramping up, right? We got a ton of energy out there. We're just lacking a couple of things. One, that tropical moisture that I just showed you. We also just don't have enough spin in the atmosphere to get anything really going, except for those storms way out in the Atlantic. And Tropical Storm Dexter, which is actually off the coast of the United States, but that's drifting northward into the northern Atlantic. So going through August 10th, we do have a ton of energy. The water temperatures are conducive for tropical development at 80+ degrees. And there's also some depth. The warm water extends down to about 160 feet in this area here south and west of Cuba, just off the Yucatan Peninsula. But again, there's just nothing to get it going. There's no a little organized storm system coming through, so it just exists as some very warm water off the Yucatan and southwest of Florida into the southwestern part of the Caribbean. Central Gulf, warmer water now starting to pick up there, but for the most part, not out of the I shouldn't say it's unheard of. It is about 80 degrees plus, probably 85 degrees, but just not a lot to where it would be unusually warm, I guess is the words I'm looking for. All right, areas of shear. Remember, shear tears a storm apart. So as hurricanes grow vertically, once they get into the upper levels of the atmosphere, if there's any wind shear, it just tears the storm apart. You end up with a cluster of thunderstorms, maybe some rain showers, and that's it. And there are areas of shear here in the northern Gulf and also around the Yucatan. So even though there is a ton of energy down there and there is a little bit of moisture available, we have shear. So best scenario here would be for just some scattered showers in those areas over the next couple of days. So if you are cruising out across the Central Gulf, if you are headed down to Cozumel, Costa Maya, Belize, or maybe all the way over to the Florida Keys, not bad. It should be a pretty good go. Again, I can't rule out a few showers or thunderstorms as you go. Here's our beach ball rating. If you're headed to Galveston, Saturday morning there are some isolated thunderstorms. Now, I did take a beach ball off the board for that, so 3 out of 4 because you have to deal with some thunderstorms. Port Aransas looks fantastic. Sunny, temperatures in the upper 80s. All right, over at Gulf Shores, you know, I never say 0 out of 4 because you're at the beach. So it's a 1 out of 4, but you've got PM showers on Friday, scattered thunderstorms Saturday, and scattered thunderstorms on Sunday. So not the best weekend to be at Gulf Shores. South Padre Island, though, looks like the beast of the beach. 88 Friday, 88 Saturday, 88 Sunday. What a place. Oh, the tropical tip of Texas really earning its stars this weekend. All right, Destin, you've got a few showers and thunderstorms, 2 out of the 3 days. So I'll give you a 1 out of 4 there. And Gulfport, unfortunately, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 2 out of your 3 weekend days, so 1 out of 4. Take a puzzle along or think about a movie that you want to go see because it could be raining at times. All right, what about the Atlantic season? So far, we've had Tropical Storm Andrea, Barry, Chantal, and now Dexter. And again, Dexter is out in the Atlantic, not going to be a player, maybe kicking up some surf on the East Coast. Next storm up, that one in the central Atlantic has a chance to become Aaron. We'll keep an eye on that. We are getting closer and closer to the peak of hurricane season at September 11th. We are about right here where we start to see more activity ramping up. We are starting to see that, but again, nothing threatening mainland United States. Satellite and radar picture for us, as I mentioned, we're all clear. We'll go back in and talk about our forecast and wrap up with the 10-day forecast. If this forecast has been helpful for you, now's a pretty good time to go ahead, hit that like button, hit that share button, or hit that subscribe button to our YouTube channel. We are building viewers or subscribers, and we certainly like that. Plus, now's also a good time to download the CBS 19 Plus app. If you don't have that, you can watch live broadcasts right on that mobile app. Plus, if we're in severe weather coverage with that app, you can go to your safe place. You can take the app along, and you can follow along with our coverage. The heat dome is here. It'll still be here tomorrow. That means some hot temperatures in the mid to upper 90s tomorrow, Friday, and again Saturday. That air is sinking. As that air sinks, it's pretty tough to get any showers and thunderstorms. And it's always a reminder, we will just say this over and over again. When temperatures are around 95 like they'll be tomorrow, the inside of your car will be 115 degrees. By 30 minutes, the inside of your car is pushing 130 degrees. And after an hour, it is about 150 degrees. It is deadly. Just please check your back seat before you leave the car. Do not leave anything in that back seat. Just too dangerous when it comes to heat like this. All right, here's your Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. 96 tomorrow, 98 Friday, 96 Saturday and Sunday. A little cooler Monday, Tuesday, and we introduce some rain chances Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Again, they're small. They might get ramped up a little bit toward the end of that 10-day forecast. We'll keep an eye on that tropical moisture, but for now, the 10-day forecast and the dog days of summer, they roll on with highs in the mid-90s. We'll have an updated forecast, new data coming into the Weather Center this evening. We'll update everything for you on CBS 19 News tonight at 10 o'clock. Have a safe evening. Have a great evening. We'll talk to you soon.